Hello Melody ears, welcome back to my art studio. I'm here today to do some painting and I love works by the old masters and have in fact been doing some studies. Like down here you can see my adaptation of Monet's Picnic on the Grass. Today I'm going to be doing Van Gogh's Sunflower. We're very lucky here in Australia because this year, coming from London, the exhibition Botticelli to Van Gogh is coming to the National Gallery, and they are running a competition for under 18s for art inspired by Van Gogh's Sunflower. Van Gogh painted 7 sunflowers, and 3 of those were actually a painting of the painting of the painting. So basically a copy of the paintings he already made of the sunflower. He created them because Theo, his brother, convinced Gauguin to live with Van Gogh in Arles, and Van Gogh painted them to be decoration in Gauguin's room. So I am going to paint this today. I'm going to mainly keep the original composition of the flowers up here, but I'm swapping out the vase for Delft ware because Van Gogh is Dutch, and the Dutch merchants would travel and they saw the Chinese pottery and were inspired, and thus Delft ware. So yes, that's going to be my vase with the sunflowers on top. So this is going to be in oils, and let's get into it. I'm going to start with the darks because I'm going to work dark to light. It's harder to put dark once you've already got light underneath, unless it is dry.
I'm using a standard canvas which I had already prepped with a burnt sienna in oil for a different painting, but I'm using it because it had months to dry.
This colour is for the darker dying flowers, as seen here.
Before starting today, I marked out the position of the sunflowers.
Oh hi! I've just been doing some scumbling on the flowers, which is a technique where you don't blend but kind of leave it dabby and unblended. I've also tried to put some texture in the greenery and the stems and the leaves of the flowers to make them sit out a bit and look a little more engaging and realistic. I will also do that for the petals. I've got some cadmium yellow mix here to use for the petals, and Van Gogh actually used, he bought a whole lot of yellow and mainly used cadmium yellow for his artwork. So yes, I've got some scumbling and I'm about to start on the petals.
I am also a singer, so I like to listen to classical and opera to inspire my work. I am filling out the vase in titanium white so it can dry a bit before I do the blue pattern next week. I only started painting in acrylics a year ago when I was 16. In July, I surprised myself painting this Mona Lisa. I think I was inspired by having this studio to work in. I painted this to go with my Mona Lisa song on YouTube. Then I first started working in oils in late 2020.
So in 4 hours I've done this, I've blocked in the vase, and I'm going to let it sit and dry for a week or two before I go in and put all the intricate details of the Delft ware. But yeah, that's the bulk of this painting done. Art day is glamour day. I mean, the ultimate crime of socks and sandals. So I'm back here 6 days later to paint the Delft ware. Unfortunately, this is wet at the moment, so it will be harder to put a darker colour onto the wet white surface. So I'm using Pythalo Blue, and this is basically the Delft ware pattern that I will be putting on this. It will be a bit of an experiment using a darker colour on the white wet surface. But I'm going to try it anyway. I do have a time limit, which is why I'm not allowing it to dry further. But I'm excited to get back into painting it.
I'm just measuring the position so I can balance the centre painting on the vase. Did you know that Delft is a beautiful city in the Netherlands, and they have shops where you can buy Delftware, and the pottery factory where you can see the Delftware being made? I'd love to go there, since I've discovered some Dutch ancestry, and of course to see the work of Johan Vermeer, who was from Delft. My next project will be to paint the girl with a pearl earring.
So as you can see, I have started on the boat scene in the middle of the Delft ware. I am straying from this image to make it unique in my own. Even the shape here is different. But you know, I like it, and of course this is not a very logical order to do this in, especially since I need to go above it. But you know, when inspiration strikes. To get the effect of the water, I rubbed my brush until there wasn't as much pigment on it, but still enough to make an impression of it, and then I would just swipe it along the painting. And same for the clouds, except I would dab instead. It's not as tricky as I thought having the white slightly wet. It's not as wet as it would be if I had done it on the same day as the rest of the painting, but it still is wet. But I think it's not as hard as I originally thought. It's turning out pretty well and I'm quite happy about it, and if I make a mistake I just go over it with white. Hi, I'm just doing some of the Delft ware using Pythalo Blue. After another 10 hours, I am done. And I've managed to put in a table with a shadow on it. I don't have any shine on the Delftware because the light is coming in that way, hence the shadow is in the foreground. I've probably doubled the amount of sunflowers coming out of the vase, and I've added stems, and my vase is a lot fatter than originally intended, but oh well. I'm happy with the composition. I've signed it, as you can see over here. Yeah, I think I'm done. Yay, thank you for coming on this painting journey with me. It was fun. Magic.